conversion point, but yeah. Okay, so MindNode is basically a program that allows you to create mind maps. So, and it's really quite easy. So, for example, God, I didn't think of an example. Okay. Right, I'm just going to put here game console. So say if you're making a shopping list or whatever, and then you could be like, games, and then we could make loads of games. So it could be like, I don't know, game A, and then because like, you know, trying to be creative and whatnot. Game B, and then game C. Now, one has to emphasize, by the way, that I've done this video like 6 times, so I'm kind of running out of examples, and I feel kind of cheesy when I'm basically just repeating it, so it just seems too act out. So, yeah, and I just looked at my desk, and there was a Nintendo Wii, so it was like, okay, I'll just do a game console. I don't know why I feel the need to justify choosing a game console, but for some reason I do. Anyway, right, and next thing, hardware. So then we could do controller, and it could be, you know, headset. And you get the general idea, you know. And then, I don't know, other, and then we could put, I don't know, online gaming service credit. So, yeah, I'll just move it here a bit. So, yeah. And that's basically the idea of MindNode. Now, with MindNode, there's very little functionality. You honestly can't do that much. Basically, all you can really do is edit the text a bit. I mean, honestly, there's not that much functionality. I mean, personally, I think it's great for being a free application, considering, I mean, it is very good, but, and this is probably, for some people this will suffice, but for me, I just personally liked the additional functionality that MindNode Pro provided, and so I just bought it, and also it was kind of like an impulsive thing, you know, I just wanted to buy something, so, yeah, and also, they both have the same format, so you can import MindNode mind maps into MindNode Pro, and there's also a MindNode Touch, which frankly I don't know why I bought, because I really didn't need it in the end of the day, but I bought it anyway from the App Store. It's actually just called MindNode in the App Store, and that's actually quite a good application, but it's really laggy with really big ones. So I mean, it's actually quite laggy. I mean, that might just be my iPod, because it's kind of like bunked up as such. I think that's the wrong word, bunged up or something. It's got a lot of applications, so, well, a considerable amount of applications, so it might be making it lag, and there's like, of course, there's many factors to take into consideration as to why it might be running slow, but relative to other applications which run fine on my iPod, MindNode runs extremely slow, basically. Yeah, that was quite a marathon. So yeah, and so now I'm in MindNode Pro, and I'm just going to show you the additional functionality. Okay, so right, so I'm just going to add another MindNode, because I'll explain in a minute, and then wireless adapter. Okay, I didn't do that because I don't know, I wanted to boast my knowledge of game console peripherals. I probably pronounced that wrong and all, game console hardware, whatever you want to call it. I actually did have a genuine reason. Why do I feel the need to justify everything I do to random people on the internet who, in all fairness, don't really give a shit and probably weren't going to be that judgmental anyway? You know, I'm going to get so much crap for rambling on that it won't even matter. So it's like, yeah, whatever. Extremely counterproductive. So yeah, so some of the features that MindNode Pro boasts, which MindNode doesn't, is especially the smart layout tool, which I personally like a lot, and for some reason MindNode doesn't include this. Well, actually, MindNode for the iPod Touch doesn't include that much at all. It's basically the same as MindNode, like it's got the same functionality sort of thing. So yeah, okay, so you get the smart layout, and yeah. So that I personally like this view. It's a lot more organized, evidently, and we can also create connections, which I like a lot. So say if I want, so obviously here there's quite a big connection with online gaming service credit and a wireless adapter. I mean, obviously there's not that much credit. I mean, not that much. There's not that much of a connection, and you probably won't use that really, but that's like the biggest thing you have to think of a connection on the spot. So yeah, but I honestly do think that there is real world that this isn't a gimmick, and you would actually be able to use the connection things quite well. So yeah, and also we can hyperlink. So I'm just gonna do google.com now. I keep on coming up with random links, but I mean it's like, it's just not very convenient. Right, okay, so what we do is we close that, and that's thingy. Oh, this is probably an extremely inappropriate time. I should have mentioned it ages ago. But this is a Mac only application, so sorry for all those people who are like, oh my god, amazing organizer. Okay, I'm not gonna try and parody because I'm crap at it, but sorry for all those people who actually genuinely did want to get this application and now are let down. Which probably isn't that many people, but you know, I'm not gonna have a problem with people who do. I suppose it's just rather unorthodox for one to, but I suppose then again, if you take into consideration my audience for this specific video, then obviously the person who clicked this video would presumably have some sort of concern into it. I'm just rambling here, and once again, hyper-justifying, I don't know if that's a word. Okay, so, yeah, I think you got the picture of what I did there, but basically I opened up the inspector, went down to this node, double-clicked it, and yeah, and then I went to enable its hyperlink web page, and then you can also add email, which will basically, when you click it, it'll open up an email. It's basically the same as mail to, for those who are familiar with HTML. And then there's the file, so you can also open up a file. So it's very convenient for, like, say, a workplace environment, or I suppose to an extent an educational. Well, obviously it's going to be great for an educational environment. I just don't think some of the features would be utilized as much because you don't really, in my experience, you don't communicate as well that much with people in an educational environment. But then again, I'm in high school, so I don't really have that much credibility. Whatever. I'm just rambling. Oh shit, don't read that. Okay. Right. So yeah, we click game A, and then it'll open up with google.com, or Google, well, it redirected to google.co.uk. But yeah, anyway, so that's an example, and that's basically it, really. I know that's probably sounding a bit not very satisfactory. Yeah, that was a lot, whatever. Right, okay, I'm just rambling here. So basically, that's the end of that. I hope you liked this video. I'm sure I've missed some things out. Oh yeah, you can also sync to the iPhone. You can only sync to the iPhone on MindNode for the iPhone via MindNode Pro. You can't do that on MindNode. So yeah, basically that's it. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was informative. There's far more informative videos regarding this subject, but you know, this is just a quick overview. I don't know how long this video has been, but it doesn't feel that long. I'm hoping it's under 5 minutes, but yeah, no one cares.